Hi Nikki, this is Diego. Well, just beginning my exam, so I will try to do my best in order to pass the exam. If don't, I must run. Well, let's start. Está bien. Cauliflower after clean. So turn the pan to test all the processing. Confirm if there is a long runaway. Is not required. Check all parts, battery and communication system. See. Check the weather condition. And one thing. Confirm the flying ground meets the requirement. Okay. The drone suspend in A mode. Which description about the relationship between crop and type flight spy is incorrect. Crop density. Slow down. Esto es which description about the relationship between the crop type and flight speed. So because flight speed, relationship between crop types. So does not affect the flight. The crop type and the flight speed. Sería between crop and type, flight times speed. Sería relationship of the crop, saying the density of the crop. Which flight mode is the most allowed by the regular farmer? Which is the most suitable for lunch? Manual mode sería bueno. During operation. of the following parameters is not a parameter of the 11.001. Tiene un 50. 0,1. No, ese no es stainless steel. Temperature floor rate, sí, está bien. Which description of matching frequency is incorrect. The drone cannot work without matching frequency. ¿Qué es incorrecto? El drone no puede hacer, ¿verdad? El drone can work up to match frequencies. Cualquier control remoto no. Which following is not a function of the radar. Ajustar el dron. Que no es una función del radar. Advanced obstacle sensing. Eso del radar makes the flight route more accurate. Sí. Just the drone height, no. Makes the flight more accurate. Of the radar. El radar es esa, sí. No ajusta el radar en altura. No lo hace más preciso. Advanced, no. With the description about temperature influence is incorrect. In a low temperature, the drone will have stronger precision. No. Frequency, no. In high temperature, since the propeller, the lift force will be lower. The temperature may influence, no. Which of the following description of the transportation to be noticed is incorrect? The air should be, esto está correcto. Put the water is internet, esto está correcto. Clean the air, do not need to car surface. No, eso está mal. Taking off. ¿Qué no es requerido? Confirmar que esto es requerido. Chequear las partes es requerido. Chequear el tiempo. The flying ground meets the requirement of instruction book. Check the weather. Esto era before taking off. It's not required for taking off. Sí, esto sí. Confirms long runway to take off. Sí. Esto es check the weather. Sí. Hay que chequearlo. Fly at speed of 5 meters per second to spread dispersed labors. Set the same speed regardless of the crop density. Sí, eso está correcto. The denser the lips, the more difficult the drop penetration. Slow down to improve the penetration. Este está mal. Which is the most sort of large but irregular farmlands? Manual mode? No. AB operation mode? No. y sería el mode más, sería. Manual mode. Largos. Manual mode plus. Bien. Next page. Which of the following does not describe a T-series battery? So when the operation season finishes, store the battery with allow to ensure the battery to open quickly. Esto sí. Should be stored in a dressy. Charging the battery power is gone can prolong. No. Ahí está. Esta no. Esta está bien, 60%. Una batería antes. No. Which of the following link system? The control distance, sí. No lo puede usar el mismo control. Which behavior is permitted? Washing hands. Which behavior is correct? Wash hands. What description about the multi-rotor drum should be away from is more accurate? National Military Service. The description of implied altitude, speed, and spray speed is incorrect. The working efficiency is decided by the working altitude. The higher the altitude, the better the work. No. Esta. So by flight speed, it should be controlled within a reasonable range. See. At a certain range of altitude, the spray will be decided by flight speed. See. The spray speed will affect the amount of droplets per unit area. C. The working efficiency is decided by flight altitude. The higher the altitude, the better the working. No. Which description about the antenna of remote control is incorrect? Should point in front. About it, ¿qué es incorrecto? The antenna should be front. If the pump is open, but the pesticide cannot be sprayed with measure below is incorrect. It could be that the nozzle is project the nozzle. In new calibration, it could check the stain and clean up. Cut some valves in the hose. Which description about the drone operation is correct? RC points at the drone flying out of the que es correcto. Flying within rated wind resistance. RC points at the drone. Which of the following description of surveying the environment is incorrect? Check the following obstacles in the operation area, trees and other obstacles, and take obstacles into consider before planning the flight. Because of that, in the drone, this is not big thing to learn about environment. No. Keep a safe distance. Yes. Avoid sleeping or other accidents during the flight. Next page. Which of the following places is suitable for flight? A border post, a civilization, national, remote hillside. Which of the following descriptions of the spraying system of the DJI agricultural drone is incorrect? The flight meter is used to precisely calculate the outdoor pesticide. No. The DJI agricultural drones are equipped with centrifugal. No. Centrifugal nozzles. The spray components composed by a nozzle. The level gauge is used on all pesticides that trigger time to tank alarm. See the level gauge. The DJI agricultural drone drones are equipped with pressure-driven suppressor systems. Which of the following description of parameters concept of a recoil drone is incorrect? Line spacing. The scope of spraying needs to be taken into consideration because settings line spacing shouldn't see. Operation height. Routing height between radar and crops. Anti-collision safe distance. This is the distance between the road and boundary. If the anti-collision safe distance is 0, claro, is incorrect. Breakpoint. The place which is red dot the flight rule appears repetitive. If a battery run, the pilot can fly from back to break and continue after replace battery. Que es incorrecto. The place which is red dot on the flight route line and will appear as correct. The scope of spraying. The scope of spraying. Line spacing. The scope of a spraying needs to be taken into consideration. Say which should be consistent to avoid misspraying or spraying repeatedly. C. Operating height. Is the height between radar and ground surface, not the relative height. It is the height between radar and ground surface, not the relative height between radar and crops. This is operation height. It is operation height. It is height between radar and ground surface, not the relative height between radar and ground. Tamaño. This is the distance between the road and boundary. If the anti-collision safe distance is 0, me pos claro. Breakpoint, the place which is red dot on the flight. Which is the drop using the SX 01BS 130-50. Es 130-50, sí. Index type 4 rotor drone. Sí. Sería 4 type. Counter clockwise in the index type 4 counter in the 4 rotor the transmission is clockwise, counterclockwise, see, clockwise, counter, see. Which description about the multi-rotor drone should keep away from the national borders is most accurate. It's considered whether to avoid border disputes because environment and electromagnetic. Which of the following description of mode and mode mass mode of a regular drone is incorrect? Which is the following description mode is not helicopter series in M. The parameter can be pressed claro. The aircraft automatically spray no. Take off to set it no. The parameters C 6 meters. Minimum safe distance, yes, is 6 meters. Which of the following description of the remote control of DJI is incorrect? The remote control provides 1 key in every turn. No requiere, it doesn't. No, the remote control requires a no. What's the description about the relationship between motors and ISC is incorrect? ¿Qué es incorrecto? What is incorrect about the ASC? ASC. Try brushless motors, adjust brushless motor speed. Yes, ASC enabled the brushless motor to continue. Next page. Which of the following description of the precaution of the operating DJI Agras turn is incorrect? Applications, accommodator spring, Artoiran, stop upwind, stay away from northern, wear a protective mask. This is correct. Como era? No. If there is suddenly rain, land the aircraft and cut the power supply, dry the propellers, motors, base of the aircraft, and not falling. This is incorrect. Pass. If your tag is around the deadline, you can proceed. No, this is incorrect. Which of the following operation is correct? Speed and altitude. The description is wrong about personal protection. Masks should be worn. Wash face, hand, and the part that touch the pesticide. What is wrong? Still chemical with the hand. What is another reason for forbidden flying? What is What is another reason? Porque eso no es una razón prohibida. What is another reason? ¿Por qué no es una razón? What is another reason? ¿Por qué no es razón para prohibir? What's a reason for forbidding near airports? Talks from a flight. Which is the following description of the dosage is incorrect? What is the... Let's create more chemical deposition. The number of the session increased the torque clubs now. The dosage yes, the dosage raw amount is highly brilliant, springs, speed of the pump, line spacing, and so on. So larger pumps flow, sería, sí, larger pump flows. Okay. Equate with a chemical. Which description is wrong about protective notes? Operator should wear a mask and replace it frequently. It's wrong. Can find so. It's false. Stand up Location, have a rest. I'm gonna wash any part. It's okay, okay. What is wrong? It's downwind. Downwind. Upwind. Downwind location. Yes, downwind. Which of the following places is suitable for flight? The Barren Desert, Military Management Airport, Government, Barren Desert. What parameters provided by the compass? Latitude, no, angular velocity, cardinal direction. Which of the following does not describe the T16? The motor fibers are not counterclockwise because motor 1, motor 2, 3, 4. The motor does not describe. The motor is clockwise, it's not counterclockwise. Okay. The theory features a DBF radar which can detect obstacles and avoid them automatically. Which of the following does not describe it? Moving the pitch or roll stick will exit out of automatic now. The drone will avoid obstacles that are 6 meters now. Open the pump when the drawing now. The function can be used in a operation mode. Yes. Which of the following does not describe? Okay, next page. Okay, which description about the influence of wind is incorrect? Flying with the wind within the wind resistance rating. Standing in the upwind direction during operation. Fly against the wind over wind resistance rating. Fly against the wind over. About the influence. About the influence is correct. The wind is correct. Stand up. Standing in the upwind direction. Which description about the influence of wind is correct? The wind? No. Claro, en realidad debe decir fly against the wind over. Flying against wind, yes, nice. Which of the following drone operation is reasonable? Record the meeting success, flying from airport, taking photo of a farm from above. Maybe which of the following places is suitable for flight? No, rural areas, man. Which of the following operation meets the requirements? Meet the requirements of using drone to take close pictures, skyscrapers, now flying out drone over a person, spraying at the head. Meets the requirements, spraying a field at the height of those 2 meters, flying drones, using drones to take close pictures of skyscrapers, now flying an airplane drone over a person, now. Say spray field at the height of 2 meters. In which situation will the drone lose control easily? It will be only hidden between the operator and the drone. Severely hazy weather now. What does an indicator light such blink fast at red light mean during flights? Nobody remember. What does an indicator like fast red light during flights? No. No. Low battery. No. Como esto, low battery, no. Low battery reminder. The signal is lost. What does an indicator light fast blinks fast with a red light mean during flights? No. Robert reminder. Which description of other is incorrect? The penetration is better than manual because no. The droplets, no. Spring is less, well, no. The evaporation will cut droplets, and the penetration is better. Supply needs less water, so water-based pesticides is more suitable. Esto era... the droplet, the penetration is a need to crave. Better no. Needs less water, no. Less water, no. No. Are small, so they erase it. No. Esto está mal. The operation will happen because droplets are small. It is better. Not suitable. If the remote control signal is lost, what will happen to indicator light? The remote control signal is low. Now will turn yellow. Esto era... will turn yellow and blink. The control signal is lost. Description of the battery. Which of the following description of the prohibited behaviors is incorrect? The drone is never allowed to carry a person. It's okay. Never have the drone fly over dense clouds. It's okay. Keep away from the drone in flight and never catch it with your hand. It's okay. When the drone is 2 meters away from people, the operator can use the remote control. Prohibited behavior. Lo que está prohibido. The drone is never allowed. Which of the following description of the prohibited behaviors? Esto es correcto. ¿Qué está prohibido? Sí. Never have the drone fly with dense clouds. Sí. Keep away from the drone in flight and never catch it with your hand. Can use the remote control to it. The drone is never allowed to carry a person. El comportamiento, astronavigación sin color. The drone is never allowed to carry. Nunca así. Never have the drone fly over dense crowds. Saying, which of the following extremely dangerous tools below poisonary pests people should buy a second evolution method? Extremely dangerous to use any of the below poison pesticide and label unqualified. This is correct. People should use the secondary dilution. This is correct. The order is quite important to mix chemical into pesticide and the foliage fertilizers. If the client requests to use their own chemical, discuss in advance how to prepare them, includes water emulsion and microemulsion. The order is quite important to mix chemical into pesticides and its foliage fertilizer. No. The order is not important. Which of the following description of the propulsion system is incorrect? The direction to be in accordance that of the motor. Both should follow motor rotation while stalling the propeller mistake. Each, this is correct. Lithium batteries, electronic circuit, wireless. The direction of the propellers. Sería esto, the direction of the propellers. No necesitan. See, yes, it's incorrect. Which of the following description of the relationship between crop types and work speed is incorrect? Which of the following description between crops? The density does not affect the flight speed, I guess. Which of the following description of the precaution for preparing pesticides is incorrect? What is incorrect? The pesticides should be prepared in a closed room. Upwind, alkaline pesticides shall not be mixed with acid pesticides. Pesticides should be prepared in a closed room. Does not this deactivate obstacle avoid function produced? This is correct. The obstacle avoidance. And as not described, it uses Theorical, open the direction and rise, okay. Deactivate the obstacle avoidance function when using the automatic settings is turning on to improve work. This is wrong. A shortcut key can be set to activate. Let's see. Obstacle avoidance will automatically be activated except in manual mode. Yes, it's okay. So can I check it? Let's check up. Which preparation is required? Check the weather condition in advance. Nemo. Which is the crop? Which permission is on the crop? Nemo. Which description was HNS? Moda is incorrect. Let's check this. The drone cannot hover. Kill position, suspend. It's okay. Crops and type. Slow down to improve the penetration for them between the crop type and flight speed. See? Which flight mode is most suitable for large but irregular farmlands? Slow operation mode. Which of the following parameters is not parameters? It has a 15. It's fine shape nozzle, see. It has a 15 spray angle, see. The O1 refers to the flow rate. The O1. Stainless steel, no. Which frequency is a match. Which description about temperature? Temperature almost no. Which of the following description of the transportation to be noticed is incorrect? Claro. Next page. Describe T-series. Charge of the battery's power and prolonged service life. Y si es esto. Which of the following is right seating system? Yes, okay. During operation, which behavior permits washing hands? Which behavior is correct? Wash hands immediately when finished with an operation. Same. Which operation is about molded roads and should be away from facilities? Is an national military safety? Which description about the flight speed and sprite speed is correct? To work in efficiency, the altitude. The working efficiency is deciding the higher the altitude. See, which description of antenna remote control is incorrect? Okay. If the pump is open, the pesticide cannot be sprayed. Could the nozzle be plugged? Check the nozzle. IMU calibration. Which description about drone operation is incorrect? Flying within regulating ways, flying out of the control area. Mercy points of the drone. Flying within rated wind resistance. Say fly fly within rated resistance. See. Which of the following descriptions survive? The environment is incorrect because of the rudder. I see, because of rudder, I think. Next page. It's the head between rudder and ground surface, not the kiss file, so line spacing. The scope of spraying so taking into consideration. This is correct. Operation height. It is the height between rudder and ground surface, not the railing. This distance between the roof and boundary. If the inclination breakpoint. Pursuit. The place which is red dot, C. What is the side droplets? C. The X type is 4 water. So 1, 2, 4 is clockwise, counterclockwise. See, which description about multi-rotors should keep away from national borders? Which of the following description of M mode and M mode is incorrect? There is no blockhead option setting. The parameter can be preset. Take off to set M mode and obstacle. Is turned on. The aircraft sprays accelerating toward it doesn't spray. See. It's necessary to maintain a minimum safe distance of 6 meters. Description of the Rumbo drone is incorrect. The Rumbo control provides one key function C. The Rumbo control records external C. Which description? C enables the brush motor to work until this is drive brushless motors. Enable brush motor to work? No. This is a drive brushless motors, I think. Drives the motors. Even is no SC. Even there is no SC, the brushless motor can. No. This is correct. Correct? Enable the brush motor to work. See. This is a drive brushless. Even there is no ASC, the brushless motor cannot. Ahora sí. No, that's incorrect. It's only raining. Land the aircraft. The following description and the precaution. It is suddenly raining. Land the aircraft. Fly stable speed and altitude. Personnel. Steer thermical with hand. Should be worn. Wash face, hand, and other part. Best touch. Operator should wear protective glasses. What's the forbidden near? The airport has an impact on drone flight. See. Collision between drone and flow. The following description of the size is correct. Larger pumps with less chemicals on but speed with no chemical deposition. With description is run over preventive note to turn downwind. This is really have a rest. If you feel tired, wash any part, touch thing. Which of the following places is suitable? Military, airport, cardinal. North perimeter, cardinal direction, latitude, angle, acceleration, no. And T16. T16. Which of the following does not describe proposal? It's counterclockwise. Does not describe. Which of the following does not describe the automatic avoid? Moving the pitch or roll stick will exit out of. ¿Cuál de los siguientes no describe la función automática? Pitch or roll will exit. Dice no. Esto no, esto es falso. The drone will abort. Verdadero. Open the pump and drone is avoiding. No. Open the pump open the pump. Light. Operation. The penetration. The droplets. Penetration. The droplets are small, so they are easily to drift. No. No, este está mal. Operation. Which description about agriculture drone? This is correct. The operation will happen because the droplets are small. The penetration is better than nano because it needs less water. Less water in the penetration. Which the phone don't be enough transportation. With full trunk. All be down. There no signal lost. Quickly. Next page. Does not have spray panel, avionics, yes. With the following description of the battery storage during winter is correct. Clean. Which is the following description of the battery storage during is incorrect. The battery should be charged every 4 to 15 days. Keep the aircraft in a dry environment and by the brightness and correction of the circuit. clean the nozzle, chemical container and pump through before storage party within 90 hours p.m. Which description about the function of the ES is correct? Drive the motors, receive flight data, power? No. Which of the following description of the prohibited behavior during DJI operation is incorrect? When the drone is 2 meters. Which of the following description of the prohibited, de los comportamientos prohibidos, what is incorrect? The drone is never, this is correct. ¿Cuál es falso? Never have the drone fly over dense crowds. Oh. Which of the following does not describe? It can charge. It can charge. It can charge. Yes. MC1P and T16 at the same time. See. Which of the following description of pesticide preparation is incorrect? See. Is extremely using below pesticide poison? No. False. People should use secondary dilution method or directly mix chemical into pesticide to make pesticide. No. The order is quite important to mix chemical into pesticide, and it's foliage fertilizer, water, powder, aqueous solution, then easy. If the client requests to use their own chemical, discuss in advance, this is correct. This includes water emulsion, micro emulsion, isolating, and adding water agents. This is okay. It's extremely dangerous to use any of below pesticides, poisons, unstables, unqualified. This is correct. People should use secondary dilution method, chemical, into pesticide to make them. People should use the secondary. The order is quite important now. Which of the following description of the propulsion system regulatory is incorrect? The direction of the propeller don't need to be in accordance. Yes, this is false. Both T16 and MG series drones should follow motor rotation while installing the properly. Mistaken cause. The direction of the propeller don't need to be in accordance with that of the motor. Each DJI propeller propulsion shapes include lithium battery, electronic circuit, process motor, and propellers. Which is the following description of the propulsion? The direction of the propeller don't need no necessity to falso. This is false. This is incorrect. Which of the following description of the relationship because crop types and work speed? The density of crop does not affect the flight speed. Exactly. Which is the relationship? Yes. Which of the following description and precaution preparing pesticides is okay? What is false? Well, obstacle avoidance will automatically be activated exceed the mode. This is correct. Disactivate the obstacle avoidance function when using the automatic settings turn on to improve work efficiency. A shortcut key can be set to activate or disactivate obstacle avoidance. Obstacle avoidance will automatically be activated. This is okay. Obstacle avoidance will automatically be activated except obstacle avoidance will automatically be in manual mode. So here we are. The main reason for reading the pesticides the rotation of pesticides helps to balance the local market. No, to reduce pesticide. No, the rotation of pesticide resistance is false. If everything smoothly during operation, land running immediately. Take off and land around iron objects. Which is the following? Take off and land around iron objects. Open manual innovations to complicated terrain. Which is the following description of the role of DJI agriculture is incorrect? With a simple mechanism, the multi-rotor agriculture run is simple and easy to operate. The multi-rotor agriculture under some power by field. Which description is incorrect regarding surviving environment? Before continue work, there are people about. It's incorrect. Observe this is livestock and other plantation flight route about chemically. Continue to work if there are people about the operation area. About obstacles such as street and electricity clarals. Continue work if there are people. Is incorrect. Which of the following description of the remote control is incorrect? Status red, not connected. Green, successful connected. This is correct. And then it doesn't matter. Yes. Which is wrong about the preparation process of pesticides? If they can prepare the pesticide, they need to prepare it, which is wrong. If the pilot team needs to provide pesticide, prepare the pollen before departure. Wrong. Ask him to prepare. Avoid using pesticide. Inform him to prepare a power base. Lotaman. Which description is wrong about flight route plan mode? During the operation, the pilot can avoid obstacles manually. Avoid obstacles in the operation area. Set the calibration point to correct. Which description is wrong about flight route plan mode? Breakpoint. Route plan. Which description is wrong about route plan? During operation, the pilot cannot avoid. This is incorrect. During the operation, cannot avoid. It's incorrect. Which description running manual mode is correct? Choose A and B points. See, they're equal to running highly automatic in manual mode. No, it's incorrect. Workload, an assistant should report status to avoid repeated or missing spray. An assistant is correct. An assistant should report. Which of the following description comparison is incorrect? Here's a I-type folding arm design. 6 folding is incorrect. MG A-type. MG all removables. This is wrong. Honor. Describe. One. MC1P use for E-type. 4. No. It's incorrect. MC1. MC1P T16 and T20 used from our veteran time is correct. T16 and T20 use 6 folding arm design is okay. MC1P use fixed battery and tank. Sí, MG1P use fixed. Fix. Okay. MG1P was folding. Está correcto, correcto. MG1P use which is the function of repeat spraying. Repeat spraying. Keep spraying may result in photo to see. Which of the following is not an advantage on a long flight time? Which of the following description AV mode is correct? The AV mode, it doesn't need to take off. It's correct. AV point mode of agriculture. If the AV mode obstacle avoidance functions is turning after entering an automatic break point, it doesn't need to take off the drone to set AV mode. Among the advantages of multi-rotor drone, high payload capacity. Which description is incorrect regarding spray? Ensure that safety people incorrect. Strictly follow the rule pesticide instructions, but watch the spray system completely. Spray, can improve this effect. 15 minutes. Which behavior below was correct? Fly the equal to drone? No. Approach the drone when the propellers have not stopped? No. Keep at least 5 meters. Which of the following operation is safety? Operation during an open area? Well, I think it's done. Let's check this. It's incorrect. No, spray will be turned arrow. Which place for parking lot of farm is not suitable? Parking, open field, forest, parking lot. Which the following description doesn't belong to protective equipment? Sunglasses, mask, umbrellas. Which of the most non-aggressive when receiving a low battery alert? Which of the following does not describe what to do? The drone may land and receive a low battery. Pilot still control the drone long enough to save and play. 13 minutos. The drone may land automáticamente. Foreign does not describe. Everything apply to compa calibration, the photo calibration, the photo calibration, on the screen indicator this. Compass direction through belong from ground, check before operation. 3, weather condition. Which operation? Not belong to factor from the ground, weather condition. Of the following. Which of the description flying a drone is incorrect? Flying rain, foggy water, rainy water. Avoid flying in rainy water. Which operation is incorrect? The compass. Check one. Which operation is correct for the compass? Land on iron plate. Top of the car, land on grass. The main function of the main controller is. Next page. Which are checking the propulsion system. Check the motor propeller. Should be matched. This should match. Check if the motor and propeller match. Since the motor should match. Even the vertical has low bonus can envíos, no. Which description is right about checking the propulsion system? Check if the motor and propeller match. Should match. The drone can take off. There's only a tiny crack on the propeller. Propeller and dynamic balance. No. Which description is correct for reason that flight altitude and speed should stay stable? Which description is not correct for the reason that the flight altitude and speed Bueno, creo que estamos. Submit. Done. Please check again. Confirm. Okay, not bad at all. 87. Phew. Well. Oof. Now I'll take a breath. See you.